In Raccoon City, the founder of Umbrella Corporation, Dr. Marcus, was searching for a cure for his daughter, Alicia. She suffered from a disease that caused premature aging. Marcus was so desperate to save his daughter that he recorded Alicia's voice and image as a backup copy. Eventually, Marcus discovered a virus called the T-virus, which could cure over 1,000 diseases. Will this method save Alicia's life? Umbrella then began marketing this new product as a medicine. However, later, at a cable car station in South Africa, a child who had taken Umbrella's medicine choked on a peanut and collapsed. The adults immediately performed CPR. But at that moment, the child transformed into a zombie and attacked the teacher to eat them. When the cable car reached its destination, everyone in the group had either died or mutated. This incident was covered up by Marcus's business partner, Isaacs. However, not long after, the two men began to disagree on how to handle the T-virus. Marcus believed it was too dangerous and wanted to destroy it, while Isaacs wanted to use it for military purposes. As a result, Isaacs ordered Agent Wesker to kill Marcus. Isaacs then became the protector of Alicia and the rest of the corporation, taking control of the company. In the years that followed, Umbrella became one of the most powerful companies in the world, and Isaacs needed help managing it. Therefore, he created an artificial intelligence, AI, named Red Queen, which looked exactly like Alicia, using Marcus's recordings. 10 years later, a virus outbreak occurred in Raccoon City, which was bombed by the government. However, the bombing couldn't stop the spread of the T-virus, as it could be transmitted through the air. A severe pandemic quickly spread globally within a few days, and most of humanity was wiped out. Alice stepped out and discovered that the area had been completely destroyed, including the White House. Alice tries to drink water at the National Mall, but suddenly, a zombie jumps out from the water and attacks her. Alice has to struggle with the monster until she manages to escape its grip. The monster can no longer chase her because its leg is chained to barbed wire. Next, Alice begins to search for weapons in the ruined buildings, but she doesn't find much useful. Suddenly, the rubble starts shaking, and a zombie flies out. Alice runs outside and climbs into a jeep. With her tactical driving skills, she makes the monster crash into another vehicle, then quickly drives off to escape it. However, the monster soon catches up and uses its claws to pull the car back. It even tears the roof off, then uses its tail to attack Alice. Alice accelerates and makes the monster crash once again, then she turns the car around to slam into the zombie, holding it in place. Inside the car, there are explosives, so Alice activates them and runs out, while the monster is destroyed in the explosion. At that moment, a siren goes off and a secret camera scans Alice. She decides to investigate the source of the sound. Alice enters an underground bunker full of weapons, but finds no one there. Suddenly, a fax machine starts sending a repeating message, greeting Alice. Screens light up, showing Red Queen, who declares that she is now against Umbrella and wants Alice to stop them. Their conversation is interrupted by another zombie. But thanks to Red Queen's warning, Alice defeats the monster with a few quick strikes, decapitating it. Then, Red Queen explains that humanity only has 48 hours left to survive. Alice must return to Raccoon City to enter Umbrella's main laboratory, called the Hive. There, she will find an antidote that can destroy the T-virus and everything it has infected upon contact. After that, Alice takes a new vehicle and continues her journey to Raccoon City. On the way, she drives over an obstacle that causes the tire to tear and the car to flip, but fortunately, Alice finds an Umbrella bicycle nearby. When she tries to approach, a soldier jumps out from the wreckage and orders her to turn back, causing her to accidentally step on a trap that hangs her upside down. Several other soldiers appear and begin beating her, but Alice just laughs and starts fighting back. Even though she's still hanging, she knocks out a few soldiers, then takes a gun hidden in her boot to shoot back, quickly defeating all of them. She then shoots through the rope holding her, and when the remaining soldiers try to attack, she easily takes them out. Now, she can try using the bicycle, but since she's not a member of Umbrella, the bike shocks her and knocks her unconscious. Alice then wakes up in a small cell with other prisoners and sees Isaacs. They reveal that the Isaacs she killed in her previous adventures was just a replica. Since then, he has killed all of Alice's replicas and kept their heads in a box. Suddenly, a door opens, and Alice discovers that her cell is inside a massive Umbrella tank, being watched by thousands of zombies. They then throw Alice out, tying her hands to the tank, forcing her to run to avoid being killed. When a zombie approaches, Alice defeats it, but she can't run for long. When the guard looks away, Alice hides under the tank and waits until he bends down. She throws him into the zombie horde, causing them to immediately rush and devour him. Another guard appears, but at this point Alice has climbed onto the tank and quickly defeats him, then throws him into the zombie horde. Next, Isaacs also appears. In a battle at Zeus, both Alice and Isaacs are formidable warriors, each delivering relentless punches and kicks to each other. However, in the end, Alice gains the upper hand and tries to strangle Isaacs with a rope. But Isaacs lands a strong punch to break free from her grip. Alice uses the rope to smash Isaac's head against the tank. The zombies also attempt to attack Alice, but she quickly takes them down with a few swift strikes. Isaacs then pulls her back to continue the fight. After a few exchanges, Alice grabs Isaacs by the throat and forces him to unlock her handcuffs. Isaacs complies but immediately attacks her again. However, Alice gains the upper hand and nearly kills him, until another tank opens fire towards them. At that moment, Alice discovers there is an umbrella motorcycle inside the tank. She cuts off Isaac's hand to get his fingerprint, activates the bike, and escapes. Driver Lee, operating the tank's cannons and missiles, tries to shoot her down, but Alice dodges all attacks and successfully escapes. Hours later, Alice finally arrives in Raccoon City, where a large crater lies in the heart of the city. As she rides through the streets, a strong beam of light from above blinds her. A pillar falls, destroying the motorcycle and knocking her unconscious. When she wakes up, Alice finds herself being injected with a drug by a man named Doc Ryan. She quickly stops him and takes him hostage, just as a group of armed people appears. As they prepare to kill her, Claire, Alice's old friend, shows up and reassures everyone that Alice is on their side. The group climbs to the rooftop and discovers that Isaacs is approaching with 2 tanks and a massive army of zombies. They need to come up with a defense plan, but Alice suddenly starts coughing violently and collapses. Fortunately, Doc has medication to treat her. After recovering, Alice agrees to help the group defend their fortress from Isaac's attack, in exchange for their help in finding the antidote. Then, they realize that they don't have many weapons, but they do have a lot of gasoline. So the group creates some catapults to use the gasoline as a fiery weapon. As night falls, Isaacs and his army finally arrive. The group fires a flaming shot from the catapult, destroying one of Isaac's tanks. Isaacs orders the remaining tank to stop and releases a decoy, a captured survivor, to lure the zombies. As this person runs, the zombies begin to chase after them. Alice opens the building door for her, while the others shoot down the zombies with bullets and fire another flaming shot. When the survivor is about to reach the gate, the tank opens fire, killing her and causing some zombies to enter before the group can close the gate. Doc and Claire try their best to fend off the zombies, but Isaacs orders Lee to shoot the door, and the explosion throws both of them back. The remaining members of the group throw rocks from above to crush the zombies. Lee uses the tank's cannon to fire at the rooftop where the group is standing, destroying any traps they had set. On the ground floor, the group fights fiercely to prevent the zombies from breaking through the barricade. A fierce battle ensues as the group kills one monster after another. But soon enough, one of the team members is bitten and killed. Knowing the barricade won't hold for long, the group quickly runs upstairs. They pour all the gasoline below and light it with a torch, setting the entire zombie horde beneath them on fire. Alice then uses a zip line to descend to the ground, shooting down zombies along the way to the tank. Lee tries to shoot at her, but Alice skillfully takes cover and sneaks up to the top of the tank. She pours gasoline into the vent and sets it on fire, creating a large flame inside, causing the tank to come to a sudden halt. A soldier opens the hatch, but Alice quickly shoots him down. Lee steps out and starts a one-on-one fight with Alice. He delivers a powerful kick, knocking her off the tank, and the two continue the fight on the ground. Lee easily overpowers her and gains the upper hand in the battle. However, when a zombie appears behind him, Lee is forced to face it, giving Alice the chance to shoot him down. Finally, Alice enters the tank and quickly takes down another zombie before finding 2 other survivors. However, she does not find Isaacs. Alice goes outside and reunites with her team. They continue to kill more monsters and capture Lee. They tie him to the tank and push him forward, using him as bait for the zombies. Soon after, the group discovers 2 other armies approaching the city, so they decide to quickly head to the hive to find the antidote. The 2 survivors from the tank know the way and decide to join the team. The best way to reach the hive is through the large hole in the center of Raccoon City, so the group begins climbing down. Unbeknownst to them, Isaacs is observing from afar, while Wesker monitors them through the Red Queen's security system. When the group reaches the bottom of the hole, they are surrounded by dog-like monsters. The team runs while shooting at these creatures. A few are taken down, but in return, one of the team members is killed and becomes bait for them. Finally, they reach a cliff and jump into the water, with several monster dogs jumping after them. The group quickly swims away, but the dogs keep chasing them. When they reach the shore, another team member is killed as the pack of dogs charges at them. Another person falls, but the rest of the group runs fast enough to reach a tunnel leading to the hive, where the dogs dare not follow. At that moment, Wesker orders Red Queen to seal the entrance. The group rushes through the tunnel, and while running, Alice is attacked by a zombie. She fights it off long enough to escape and continues running as the door crushes the monster. Afterward, Red Queen welcomes them and shows them a video of an umbrella meeting before the outbreak. The video reveals Isaac's plan to trigger the apocalypse using the T-virus. He aims to destroy everyone on the planet except himself, some high-ranking Umbrella officials, and the selected few. Their goal is to recreate Earth according to their desires. Red Queen is not allowed to harm Umbrella employees, which is why she needs Alice's help. Red Queen provides Alice with an earpiece so they can stay in contact, while also warning that there is a traitor within the group. However, Alice doesn't pay much attention to this warning. Meanwhile, outside the city, Isaacs is found by another Umbrella tank. However, the soldiers on the tank refuse to pursue Alice because they have received other orders. Isaacs immediately kills all of them and takes control of the tank, leading a horde of zombies into the city. When he tries to go down into the large hole, the tank gets stuck, and immediately, the zombie horde surrounds him. Back with Alice's group, they go through the main hallway and find a giant fan blocking their way. Since the power has been cut, Alice carefully navigates through the fan blades and reaches the other side safely. The remaining members start following suit, but suddenly, the power is restored, and the fan blades start spinning. Fortunately, the group is fast enough to dodge and safely get through. Wesker, observing everything through the security cameras, orders the fan to reverse direction. It starts pulling the entire group toward it. Everyone struggles to hold on to anything on the ground, but one girl can't find anything to grab, and Alice has to hold on to her. Unfortunately, the pull of the fan is too strong. After a brief struggle, the girl is sucked into the fan and crushed before the power is cut off again. After that, the group crawls through a ventilation shaft, using the digital map Alice has. Suddenly, the power is restored again, and part of the floor opens, causing a man to fall into the elevator shaft. He tries to hold onto the door to avoid falling, but the door quickly shuts and breaks his fingers. The man falls to his death instantly in a terrifying cavern. Meanwhile, other trapdoors continue to open, pushing the rest of the group into various different tunnels. Alice falls into a dark laboratory full of corpses, and she can hear something moving in the darkness. At that moment, another member of the group falls into the room with her. The two of them start moving together until a corpse suddenly wakes up, causing the man to lose focus. Immediately, another creature attacks him from behind and kills him. Alice is attacked during the struggle but quickly recovers. She fires at the creature with both guns until it falls. However, the creature quickly recovers as well and runs off, following Alice by the light from her flashlight. Seeing an opportunity, it lunges to attack again, causing her to drop the flashlight. The creature follows the light, giving Alice the opportunity to throw a chain at it. She then begins running, only pausing to strike the creature when she can. The creature tries to chase her, but the chain isn't long enough, keeping it in place while Alice stabbed it straight in the head. Suddenly, a hand startles Alice, but it's just Doc. The two of them leave the laboratory. In the main office, Wesker awakens the real version of Isaacs, revealing that the one in the tank was merely a clone. Meanwhile, the Isaacs clone in the tank decides to go outside and lead the army of zombies following him. Claire falls into a glass box but uses gunpowder from a bullet to create a hole and escape, unaware that Wesker is nearby. Meanwhile, Alice and Doc pass through a dangerous area from their first adventure and find a weapons bag left behind by the old team. With only 19 minutes remaining, Alice uses a computer to activate the platform in the room, taking them deeper into the hive. During the journey, they saw the bodies of high-ranking Umbrella leaders in a state of hibernation, waiting for the apocalypse to end. Alice, filled with anger, took out a bomb she found in her bag and set a trap. Then, she and Doc left the elevator and entered a strange cave. They quickly crossed a bridge over the water and reached the main office, where the real Isaacs was waiting for them with only 9 minutes left. Isaacs revealed that he had the antidote and threatened to destroy it, forcing Alice to drop her weapon. Doc also did not comply, as he was the traitor. He forced Alice to drop her detonator as well. Wesker brought Claire in as a hostage. Meanwhile, Alice surveyed the room, calculating every way she could hurt Isaacs. Isaacs, with his brain enhanced by cyborg implants, calculates quickly. He coldly told Alice that she wouldn't be able to reach any of the items in time. After confirming that he was the real Isaacs, he revealed a shocking truth. Alice was not the original as she had thought. She was just one of the clones from a series of experiments, and that was why she had no memory of her childhood. At that moment, an elderly woman in a wheelchair entered the room. It was Alicia, the grown version of the DNA used to create the Alice clones. Illness had caused her to look much older than her actual age. Alicia wanted Isaacs dead, but she was too weak to fight on her own. However, she still owned 50% of the company, and immediately fired Wesker. This allowed Red Queen to act. A large trapdoor slammed down, crushing Wesker's leg, trapping him. Doc attempted to take revenge by firing his gun, but Alice had predicted this and removed all the bullets from the gun before handing it to him. She rushed into a hand-to-hand fight with Doc, while Isaacs quickly fled. Claire tried to shoot but couldn't take him down. After a fierce struggle, Alice defeated Doc and allowed Claire to personally shoot him for his betrayal. Alice placed the detonator in Wesker's hand, knowing that when he passed out, the bomb would automatically detonate. Meanwhile, Claire and Alice chased after Isaacs, while Alicia connected her memories to the computer system to prepare a special gift. Claire and Alice finally cornered Isaacs, but he easily dodged every bullet thanks to the strength and speed from his cyborg implants. As the elevator begins to move up, Isaacs knocks Claire out before focusing all his efforts on Alice. She tried to defend herself with a keyboard, nearly pushing him down. However, with swift movements, he turned the tables, forcing her to the edge of the elevator. Just as a platform was approaching, Alice delivered a powerful kick to Isaacs's crotch, causing him to falter. She quickly dodged just in time as the elevator stopped. Claire regained consciousness and tried to fight again, but Isaacs easily overpowered her. He then turned to Alice, striking her repeatedly before throwing her into a hallway and activating the deadly laser system. Thanks to her agility, climbing walls and ceilings, Alice dodged all the laser beams and then turned to face Isaacs. In their confrontation, he threw her through a wall, almost making her fall into the abyss. But Alice used the debris to injure his leg and continued to fight. Isaacs tossed her down the hallway, but instead of being afraid, Alice just laughed and kept counterattacking. When the laser system activated again, Isaacs raised Alice's hand to make her lose a finger. At that moment, she dropped a pin on the ground, revealing that she had planted a grenade in his coat during their fight. The grenade exploded, severely injuring Isaacs and giving Alice the opportunity to retrieve the antidote. With little time left, Claire told Alice to escape alone. Alice rushed out of the hive and prepared to release the antidote, but Isaacs appeared and snatched it from her hand. As he was about to shoot Alice, his clone appeared. Unable to bear the thought that he was just a clone, the clone Isaacs turned and stabbed the real Isaacs multiple times, clearing the way for a horde of zombies to attack and destroy both. At the same time, Wesker died, triggering a series of explosives that destroyed the entire hive and killed Alicia. Outside, Alice retrieved the antidote from Isaac's body and finally released it, causing all the zombies around her to immediately fall. However, she was exhausted and collapsed. Some time later, Alice woke up and discovered that Claire had escaped. Red Queen suddenly appeared. She revealed that before dying, Alicia had uploaded all of her memories into the system to gift Alice a childhood she never had. After that, Alice left on a motorcycle. Since the antidote would take years to completely eradicate the pandemic, Alice continued her journey to protect humanity, fighting against monsters. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss other exciting stories. Thank you for watching.